you have a choice between the red bottle and the blue bottle. Which one of the two will help you clean your chrome the best? Actually, both of them will. Now, they're nothing like snake oil or anything that you have to spend a whole lot of money on. They're actually fairly reasonable. What are they? Well, first off, I'm going to show you what these chemicals can do. We're going to need both of them. We're going to start with 3 different types of dirty chrome. Your daily driven stuff from the 90s where it's got bugs, mud, and a little bit of here or there nastiness. The second one will be clouding, to see if it'll help us with clouding kind of chrome that's been, through the ringer. And finally, chrome that actually has rust on it. Not like pitting and completely worn everything out, just enough to where it's kind of like a little bit of scale on it. So first off, we're going to start with the first stage, which is just your normal daily driven kind of nastiness, bugs, mud, and maybe asphalt or tar. And then we'll move on to the next one. Really, I wanted to do this just so I can make a matrix reference. Okay, here's our first type of chrome. Your regular daily driven stuff. You can see my finger's been rubbed here, and it's kind of taken a lot of the dirt off. But you can still see maybe there's speckles there. We're going to try to attack those speckles and see if we can get those off. A lot of bugs. Ohio likes to have a lot of insects. So we're going to try to scrub all this off here, just to see how well we do it. And all we're armed with is this. Our 2 mystery bottles here. Some some quad-aught steel wool. Triple-aught steel wool, quad-aught steel wool, some dollar store washcloths, a bucket of hot water, which is just faucet hot, not like boiling, and 1 microfiber rag for later. So before we start, I had to think about this because my mouth gets far in my head. But what we're going to do is there's a little bit of instruction here. So you're going to take the red sauce, and you're going to spray the red sauce on first. Also, you're going to need a garden hose too, because it does help when you're actually running water on this as well. And hit it with just the rag first. And after you've done the rag wiping down and everything, go back through with the, do one side at a time. A bumper, you can split it in half with your license plate here. So do one side first and get all the bugs and stuff off it. And then spray your blue on there. Let it sit for a minute. Now, I know you don't know what these chemicals are yet, but I'll tell you at the end so you can understand later. So, you sprayed your red on. Now I'm just going to go ahead and wipe it down with our washcloth with hot water and just do a quick wash down, and then I'm going to spray the blue and jump over to the other side. So, time lapse, go. First part is done now, so now what we're going to do is hose it off with the hose, and then we're going to lay the blue on it. I'm going to go to the other side, do that, then we'll be back for this side. That's our first part. You can see it's a lot better so far already just by doing with the red stuff and wiping it down. Now the blue. There is no such thing as overusing this stuff. Just make sure you get a good coating and just let it sit for a few minutes. And make sure you rinse it off really good when you're done too, because you just don't want this stuff laying around. Also, spray bottles. They do matter in quality because they do have a little bit better spray proportioning, but this one is doing the job just great. Okay, it's been a minute or so. I changed my mind and I wasn't going to scrub that side so you can just see a quick comparison, because they both were the same kind of nastiness. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take the triple-aught steel wool, and we're just going to work it around with the solution and see how well it helps us with our spots here. And I'd recommend spraying every once in a while just so that you have a little bit of extra, so you're not trying to bore through this bumper chrome, because then you'll start to see copper, which is not good because you've taken this top layer off. So let me scrub this for a second. And if needed, go ahead and wipe it down every once in a while with your rag.
a few minutes of scrubbing, you can wipe it down just to get any excess dirt off. And then you will respray and use the quad-ot. Quad-ot meaning 4 zeros, which is a very fine steel wool. So, blue stuff again. Okay, after you've done that, take your hose and sufficiently spray off everything, and then wipe it down with your microfiber. Oh, I got a little water on me. Sorry about that. Oh. Ooh, Lord, you dirty. Come on, Mr. Camera. Better. Okay, so you make sure you spray all your stuff down. Get all the blue stuff off. So, and after you've done that, just wipe it down with your microfiber, and then you can see the results. So, let me wipe it down real quick, and I'll show you the difference. Alright, let's start with our non-clean side. Going around. Bugs, dirty, nasty film. And then our other side. Nice and shiny. Kind of a mirror image to it. Looks very good. You know, it's not perfect because you can still see kind of. We still have those little dots. I tried my hardest, but they're kind of just embedded in there. But you can see the massive difference between the two. Now this is for someone that doesn't want to spend a lot of money buying a shitload of chemicals that everyone praises and says is going to clean it up. This I know works. You're witnessing it right now. Because, let me back this up a little bit. You can see the sheen difference in between the two. Just by giving this side a little bit of love and our mystery chemical. And this side, how it's way dirtier. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this the rest of the way. And then we'll move on to the other one because it's going to look really dumb if I got half a shiny side and half of a side. So, and the final product. Not bad. Not bad at all. Our next victim. Some of you may know this as Project Shelley. Other you may just know this as a 1977. Yes, I'm aware it has 1978 turn signals. So what we're going to do with Project Shelley, or the 1977 D100, is that it has cloudy chrome all the way around it. We're going to see if our wonderful magic juices, that sounds so wrong, will clean up some of this. I understand this is paint right here, but the paint's already faded, and probably the steel wool will probably take that off a little bit. We're going to be using the same thing, you know, steel wool, triple, and quad-ot, hot water, our red and blue bottles, rag, microfiber. The only difference is that we're going to be misting the red around, and then the blue is going to sit on this a little bit, just to kind of help get in there and try to bite into that to help us out. So we'll do a time lapse on that, and we're not going to do time lapse on the sitting because you don't want to stare at it grow for 10 minutes. So let's see what we can do to this thing. So let's get you up close, and you can see the cloudiness. Like, she's got a little bit of cloud to her. A little more better example right here. Now that's not dirt or anything, that's just actually the aluminum or the chrome, you know, clouding. So we're gonna try to make it look like the bumper down here, which that's not savable because, yeah, that's not gonna buff out. First part is done. Now we just got to mist it down and let the blue sit for about 5 to 10 minutes and we'll come back to it. Okay, 10 minutes have gone by, and about every 2 minutes we would come back and we would spray a little extra on there because it was trying to beat off a little bit. So now we're going to start with our Triple-Aught, and then go to our Quad-Aught, and then wipe it down and rinse everything off. So let's see how well it changes everything. We've done the half that we're going to do right here. Now we're going to rinse it off, and then we're going to switch out to go to the Quad-Aught so we can make sure that it gets nice and clean. So spray it off and time lapse again. Yay. So the thing about it is with this one is that, you know, taking your time on this is a lot better than the other one where you can just kind of bang through it. You have to actually let this stuff sit. So what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to wash it all off, and then we're going to wipe it down with our microfiber and show you the difference between this side and that side. And now for the comparison. The before side, where it's still got nothing done to it, didn't do anything to it. Now to the other side. It's still cloudy. I'm not as happy with the results as I was with the other one, but in some parts it did actually help it out and shine it up. So let's see if you can see a difference on camera between the two sides. I mean, I can see, like in the light bezels, there is a little bit of a difference in color. A little bit up top in the eyebrow as well, and the bottom. The middle's kind of hit and miss. Like, it looks good from afar, but far from good looking. But once again, it shows good results, but not the great result like it did on the other bumper. So the cloudiness, bring you up here, the cloudiness is still here. Now, I was really hoping that would go away inside of the actual fins, but that is on the second type of disaster I figured it would help it with. So now we're on to our final one, and that one we gotta take a road trip to the crack house to. So, and it's gonna be on that beauty. So what I'm gonna be armed with is our blue and red solution, and the same thing we used on the other ones. Quad-Aught or Triple-Aught and Quad-Aught steel wool, a nice fresh towel, but this time I have a bottle of water since I don't have fresh water running out here at the crack house. So we will be, I'll set you up and then we'll start going at it, because on this one, see, the bumper up front is really nice looking. I mean, need a little here or there, but it's really good. Can get the grill scrubbing. But our challenge is back here. So what this has is light rust. I hear that. So we're gonna make that look better. Now granted, it's not gonna make this magical hole right here go away, but it will make this look nice and clean. Unfortunately, this might get damaged, but we can get her another one. We didn't do anything to this side, so moment of truth. Looks a lot better, don't it? From that to that. Now from afar, you can see the direct difference. And even the reflection's a little bit better too. But, zoom in here, you'll notice that it's taking the plating off because of the rust. But, if you're driving a car that's like this project in itself, and you have people looking from afar, even, I don't know if you can see this well, let me turn the camera around here, because that even down here is a lot better than that. So, if you're driving a car that's a 10-footer, let's be honest, a 30-footer, this will help you out. Now, you're probably wondering this whole time, what's in the blue bottle, what's in the red bottle? Well, let's walk back over the truck and I'll tell you exactly what is in these magical bottles. Okay, now that we're done doing all three of them, we did the Chevy, we did the Dodge, and we did the Fairlane, the Ford. So let's talk about them. The red one, once again, this is not something you have to custom order from like my Facebook page at A.C.C. Garage, but you know, it's something that's really simple. The red one, the one you saw go first, is really simple. It is, I did 6 ounces, so get this, 6 ounces of cheap dish soap. And the rest of this was water. It's 32-ounce bottle, 6 ounces of soap, and I made it red with food coloring, just to throw you off a little bit. So that's what this guy is. So you can clearly see a little bit of a difference here. Now the blue bottle. This guy, Mr. Fix-It-All. What's the blue bottle? The blue bottle is 75% regular white distilled vinegar. This stuff is like $1.79 a gallon at my local Royal King. So 75% of it was vinegar. The other 25% was water. And once again, just to throw you guys off, a little bit of innocent food coloring. Do you have to do food coloring? No. But I wanted to make it interesting. It also, once again, gave me a chance to make a Matrix reference. I hope you guys found some actual good information with using this stuff. And hopefully on your next hot rod or classic, it's going to help you out with, you know, churching up your chrome a little bit or your bright work. So I was really happy with the first one. I was kind of disappointed with the second one, with the Dodge. And the third one, got mixed feelings about. Just because of the condition of the bumper. It's not because of what it did, what it did. But, you know, everything has a purpose and it did what it did. So I hope this was actually, once again, informational. And I hope you're enjoying the channel so far. Everyone that has come from Zip Ties and Bias Plies and Uncle Tony's Garage, I thank you all for coming over and finding me. And if it wasn't for those two, you know, an awesome minty Canadian and a very knowledgeable Mopar Italian, the guys, they're both awesome. Like, if you're from Peg's side and you don't know about Tony, or if you're from Tony and don't know about Peg, so throughout the video I will put a link, you know, it's up in the corner, like to Uncle Tony's, and I'll also put a link up to Zip Ties. Hopefully he's somewhere up here. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope that this thing will be a budget-friendly thing for you to be able to do to clean up your bright work and your chrome. Probably each bottle, per bottle, is probably $1 a bottle. It's $5 for a big bottle of Ajax. It's $1.79 for vinegar, and water is cheap, and you don't need food coloring. So yeah, and you can use that about on any type of chrome. Don't use it on painted surfaces. It's only meant for metallic metal surfaces that have some form of shiny something on it. And also, quick tip: if you use the steel wool, no brand preference, just make sure you throw it away and don't leave it somewhere, because it'll stain everything when it rusts up. Thank you everyone for watching. Have a great rest of your week. I'll see you in the next video.